Son of Shine TV. Welcome to Ichapod. What's going on?
It's good, Brady. What's going on, man?
Chilling, chilling, chilling. Just catch us up and catch me up. Uh, are you a believer, theist, atheist, agnostic? Where you at with the God question?
I'm more agnostic. I know you looking more so for theists for debate purposes, but I just had to take the opportunity to come on and holler at you. You definitely, I definitely grew up in a theist household as a kid, and so
Okay.
Cross Moving was one of my favorite groups growing up, and you were my favorite out of the whole group, man. So
Oh, wow. That's what's up, bro.
it's a pleasure to
So
come
when
on
did
and
you
holler at
move?
you.
I appreciate that. When did you move from, well, you said theist household. Did you ever embrace the theism?
Oh, of course. I mean, like I said, like I was born into it. You know how
Okay.
some dudes say they born into the streets, you know what I'm saying? Like I was, I was born into a Bible life, so I mean, like, yeah, it's all I knew, and so
Okay.
it was, yeah, yeah.
How did you go from that to agnostic, and when was that?
Ah, man. So honestly, I think just like every young man, especially in our culture, like the older I got, especially once I got to like high school and stuff, just the pressures of you know, the peer influence or whatnot. I never really was kind of like I would say like a good, at that point, I was never really like a good Christian or whatnot, but
Okay.
I still had that influence. But the
Hmm.
older I got, I'll say one thing I do credit to Christianity is that even when, the type of church that I grew up in, it was really focused on like being a real Christian or
Hmm.
um, or preaching the truth. So I always
Hmm.
grew up with that mindset of truth being supreme.
Okay.
So it's
Wow.
funny
Yeah.
like how a lot of atheists would
Hmm.
say, how it's like Christianity reveals itself, it tells on itself, because
Hmm.
I, I never really stopped exploring. So the older I got, especially as I went
Wow.
into college and stuff like that, I just kept exploring, and
Wow.
yeah,
Let
kind of
me
went
just
from there.
pause real quick. I think it's an excellent thought. Christianity gave you a value, a high value for truth,
Yeah,
and then all you did was just go looking for the thing that it told you to value, truth, and in doing that, it actually led you away from Christianity.
yeah, for sure. And I
Wow.
think, part of it, to be honest, I do kind of have a part a conspiratorial mind as far
Okay.
as like just learn, just learning about all the stuff that we've been lied to about, especially in
Got you.
this day and age. Everybody, a lot of conspiracy theories have came true, so people are kind of have an
Hmm.
open mind to that. So I've been on that for like
Okay.
since 10 years ago, and so once I
Hmm.
start unraveling one lie, then it became easier to kind of keep digging. Yeah,
Got you. Okay.
yeah.
Hey, just for fun, you don't have to even go into it. Give me one conspiracy theory that you buy into that I'll probably be like, wait, where are you with that too? Like, just give me one.
Probably 9/11.
Okay. 9/11 was the inside job.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm not even going to debate it with you. I just wanted to see what type of time you was on. No, but you're right. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on that I think people are just not skeptical enough. They think skepticism is a bad thing.
Yeah.
Skepticism can save you from a lot.
Right.
Um, and so, yeah, I think Christianity ends up being the victim of healthy skepticism for a lot of people.
Yeah. Now, the one part reason I did want to come on is because I do still have residuals of my theism. So
Hmm.
I'm not completely comfortable with um, part of me. Well, it's more of a transition thing because I went through the stages of like atheism and disbelief and whatnot, and
Hmm.
I watched one channel where it was talking about how the first stage of atheism is you learning all this information, so you like kind of like knocking all the theists down, and like I went through a phase where I was on Instagram and I just went on threads and I'm just arguing them like, yo, you crazy this and that, and I'm shooting them Bible verses,
uh,
I'm shooting them the verse where how Abraham went into the took pretend that his sister his
Oh
presenting
yeah,
his wife
yeah.
as his
Uh-huh.
sister. Yeah, it was like one on one. I was like, heck no, y'all tripping on this. So, so I went through all that, and then I got to a point to where I was like, man, like maybe some people do need to believe, like like
Hmm.
maybe it's like a level of maturity that everybody's
Hmm.
not at, So
Hmm.
I kind of went through those stages. Yeah.
Okay. So if you were atheist for a time, you got to the point where you said maybe some people do need to believe. That's cool. What got you from atheism to agnostic? Because that's not some people need to believe. That's you saying, well, maybe I don't even know if I want to identify as atheist. What got you from atheist to agnostic?
I mean, to be honest, with my growth and research, I'm one. I I'm not even for the terms or the
Got
umbrella
you.
terms, So because like it's like we'll put a name on something and then automatically we'll think of a person this way or that way.
Got you.
So I guess maybe agnostic gives more leeway for room for yeah.
Yeah. You know what? That's a good point. Sometimes people don't like atheism because they think if I tell you I'm an atheist, you're going to assume, oh, now I became the worst version of myself. I'm out there, killing
Yeah.
people and this, that, and the third. So I want to stay
Yeah.
away from it for that. But your reason is not atheism may be too limiting, whereas agnosticism is almost like we don't know what the possibilities are. I'm just going to remain open to whatever. And if
Right.
God happens to pan out, at least I didn't rule him out.
Now see, the thing is, when it comes to Bible God, as you say,
Okay. Okay.
I'm atheist to that because I mean,
Okay.
it's
Got
like,
you.
yeah, after reading it, just once you really educate yourself, and the more you learn the Bible and the history of it, how it came to be, how can you
Hmm.
really have any faith in the God of the Bible? Now,
Yeah.
I'm open to God being something that we can't understand, something that we can't put our finger
Mm.
on. Obviously, it's a certain it's a fingerprint to creation, like just like the Fibonacci sequence is like a fingerprint of something, whether it's
Hmm.
you know. And then people always like we have a creator. Who says it is a creator? Who says it's not
Mm.
creators or
Hmm.
multiple?
Yeah.
So we just don't know. Like people always
Yeah.
we think from our own ego as humans. We always think about ourselves. So we take that thought process and make a god
Yeah.
out of our own ego.
Yeah. I think it's a safe way to go to say, like, there's so much we don't know. I'm going to almost like what Paul did on Mars Hill, right? You got a God
Yeah.
for this, you got a God for this, da, 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 da. And then you got this to the unknown God. And then Paul says, that's what I came to proclaim to you. If we could remove that last phrase, that's what I come to proclaim to you, I do think that there are some unknowns. But if they're
Yeah.
unknowns, we don't know that the unknowns are gods. We just know that there are unknowns. So
Right.
like Neil deGrasse Tyson says, um, you see something flying through the air, you don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And because you don't know what it is, you say, therefore, I know what it is. It's aliens. Wait, you just said you don't know what it is. So how are you going
Right.
to turn around and say, therefore, I know what it is? It's aliens. No, why not just stop as we don't know what it is? And I
Yeah.
think because there are some unknowns, rather than say it's an unknown God, let's just say there are unknowns and leave it at that. If they're unknowns, how can you confidently say that the unknown is a God? You just said you don't know what it is.
Well, I think part of it is just the human mind. We don't like open-ended questions, right?
There you go. There you
We got to
go.
put we got to
Yeah.
put a cap on it. So
And people think that I don't have the humility to say there are unknowns. Like, I'm not saying because I don't
right,
believe in God that there's like I know it all. No, I'm with the unknowns. Like that's where I
right,
am.
right,
Why can't
right.
we just say that and be done with it?
No, I understand that, and I had a conversation with a friend the other day, and I was telling him how the way I put it is that God is basically what we can't put our finger on. That's
Hmm.
what people call God. Like when they can't explain something, or they need to explain something, or the in betweens, the nuances. We we
Yeah.
we call that God. So
Yeah. And to me, that's only a bad thing if you begin to pour into that God a bunch of things that you cannot substantiate. Like not only is this unknown God, we can't put our finger on it, it's a God, but I think that God is loving, and I think that God is coming back on this date, and I think that God wants me to marry this person.
Right.
How are you saying anything definitive about this thing you just admitted was an unknown? But if you don't start pouring attributes and will and all these things into your maybe I don't have a problem with calling it God, but I just think it's such a trap that if you call the unknown God, you're going to get sucked into pouring all these things into it that you can't substantiate, which to me is just dangerous and unwarranted. But
No,
I can't
I
stop
get
anybody
that,
from doing it.
and I waffle back and forth between the dangers of, theism versus how much good it does people. Because, like I say, I do still view it as I view it as elementary school. Like a lot of times, for people who feel like they're morally corrupt or whatnot, it's like, or just like we do kids, we like to bring the kids into the church and teach them the basics. But a lot of people don't evolve or grow. They just stay in elementary school of that spiritual thought mindset. So that's kind
So
of
let me just ask you this one question. Since the topic of this calling is hell is unjust and unreasonable, if you've unbelieved the Christian message and now you went from atheist to agnostic, and even the terms you're just open, what do you now do with thoughts of the afterlife?
Yeah. I was just telling a friend this as well too, how when I was a kid I used to sit in church and I used to close my eyes real hard and I used to try to like imagine infinity when I was in church. And like I used to like try to imagine it so hard to the point like my head would start hurting and I had to open my eyes. And and where I'm at with it now, I think the first step was this was some years back. I was talking to a friend. I was telling him how I can't fear anymore. Like I realized the power of fear. How everything runs through fear. How the government controls us through fear. How we limited ourselves through fear. And then a lot of religion is based off of fear. And so once I started really unraveling that mindset, it really was a lot easier. Now, every now and then, I still have a part of me that it's almost like I'm still at that point in my life where I'm constantly like challenging myself. Like it's like the movie Inception where they spent the top.
The top.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, could this be real? And then it's like cross checking your work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
then trust me, I feel you.
Yeah, so you get that mindset, and but the answers always come back the same. You know what I'm saying? So eventually, it's like eventually stop doing the functions in the equation.
So,
like I did this so many times.
One of my friends, and many of you guys, if you're watching, Harmonic Atheist. His name is Tim Mills. He's got a YouTube channel called Harmonic Atheist. He's got a video that's one of the best videos that I recommend to everybody. It's called How Christianity Hijacked Our Hierarchy of Needs. And he goes through Maslow's hierarchy and shows how Christianity just takes those innate drives that we have and uses them against us. And the base level drive that we have, the base level is physiological needs, but the second level is safety. And if I can make you feel unsafe, I got you. And so that's what a lot of these religions and even thoughts of hell do. Of course, if one of your main goals, let's say the first law of nature is the law of preservation, self-preservation. Your main drive is to preserve yourself. And if some worldview comes in to tell you that you are going to suffer forever, they just hijacked your safety need. Yeah. And whatever they say after that, you're all ears because you don't want to be unsafe.
Yeah.
But he goes through each level.
I'm not sure if you ever seen the movie Silence with I forgot the actor that playing that. But
doesn't sound familiar.
Look it up. It's called Silence. So it's basically about the Jesuits when they used to send the Catholic Church used to send them out to be missionaries, and it's set in Japan where they was trying to take the word of God to Japan, but they ended up being tortured. And so it kind of walks you through just that whole process of colonialism through religion. So yeah, you should definitely check it out.
Yo, I'm looking at it right now. Like, yo, this joint looks fire. Yo,
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to watch that joint tonight.
If you like cinematic movies too,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I appreciate that. That's gonna be my next watch.
Yeah, check it out.
Hey, but thanks for checking in, man. Feel free
man.
to check back. I'm gonna be doing this a couple times a week, and if you ever need to hit me up for anything, I'm available. Yep.
Yeah, like I said,
Son of Shine. How else can I refer to you? Do you mind telling your name?
Oh yeah, my name Devin.
Devin. Okay. And what is Son of Shine TV?
So Son of Shine TV. So I'm an artist as well. I do hip hop, but Son of Shine TV. I started a channel around stillness and just finding. It's like a meditative channel, very ambient.
Nice.
I do want to get. You have inspired me though. I have a passion for deconstruction content. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna start it, mixing it in with this channel or just start this channel around that. But yeah. But also, I want to send you an email because I know you were saying that with YouTube how it's a struggle with growth, and I got a couple ideas for you. So
okay, do that. Hit me up. I don't know if you're on Facebook at all, but on Facebook. Brady Fanatic Goodwin, PHANOTIK. Brady Fanatic Goodwin. Message me on Facebook, and yeah, we'll love that.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
Okay, I'll check it out, man. All right, man. I'll holler at you.
Much love to you, man.
All right.
All right, peace.